Well, it wasn't quite a Christmas present. It's a little bit of a delayed Christmas present. The smile on this guy's face is always a Christmas present when we see it. DJ Williams, quarterback of SIU. And the good news is we get to say that some more as he has decided to come back and spend his final year of eligibility with SIU in the Saluki football program. Will be his third year in the program. And to talk about it all is the man himself, DJ Williams. DJ, Happy New Year. Great to see you, man. And man, it's so great. As we were just talking about before we record, it's great to have you back in Saluki Maroon. How's it feel, man, now that the news has gotten out and everybody knows you're going to be a Saluki for another year?
Man, it feels great. Again, man, thank you. Thank all glory goes to God, man. I got to thank him for this opportunity again to come back and be a part of this great program, play alongside my great teammates, and play for these great coaches.
DJ, it was clear as we saw you go throughout the year. One, all the magnitude of things that you were fighting through in terms of your health to stay out there, to still play each and every week. And the fact you kept showing up each and every week showed the character you had already, but also how much this program has meant to you. Take us just through the whole process for you, like how hard of a process this really was for you and what all you tried to do once the year was over to really comprehend everything that would or potentially come your way.
Yeah, man, it was a very long process. Honestly, Coach Hill probably got tired of me throughout the process, but no, me and Coach Hill have been very transparent with one another since the season has ended. We took a week off right after the Illinois State game, and the playoff committee made the decision with not letting us in. We took a week off, just not communicating at all for real, just letting each other have some time alone, just think about some things, enjoy Thanksgiving with my family. And then right back when we got back from Thanksgiving break, me and Coach Hill had a lot of discussions about the possibility and the chances of me coming back. He told me to go out there and do what the plan was in the first place. See what the interest was with a lot of other programs. I talked to a lot of different coaches, a lot of different programs throughout this whole process. But at the end of the day, nothing just felt like home, man. Nothing felt real. Nothing felt like a coaching staff or a program had the same belief in me that Coach Hill had in me, man. So that's really what it came back down to. I had a lot of coaches and a lot of programs throwing a lot of money at me, more money than I would probably see in my lifetime until I make it to the NFL. But it's just one of those things where it just didn't feel like they wanted me um, as bad as I feel like they should have. If I was going to leave, I wanted to get into another situation where the coaching staff was all in on me and I was all in on the program. And I've never felt that. Coach Hill constantly is that person where I can find that at this program. Southern Illinois has helped me tremendously. And just coming back and being able to do it one last time and give this program everything I have and leave a legacy here has always been in the back of my head. So that was why it was just easy for me to be able to tell every coach that wasn't trying to match the energy that I was looking for. That I'm fine and I won't be just desperate and going after another program. I wasn't desperate looking for another home. This home that I have is great, and I'm ready to just continue to keep building.
You touched up on it a bit there, DJ, but what was most valuable to you in terms of when you did set out and want to explore? What were the main things that you said, these are main values that I can't pivot from, that were really going to be your guiding light through this whole process?
Yeah, the main thing was the coaching staff that truly believed in me, not just coaches talk. I mean, I'm in a recruiting building every day with our coaching staff, so I understand. I've been around college football for a nice amount of time now, so I understand what's just a little interest in you, and I understand when people really truly feel like you can be the guy to change a program or had a big impact on a program. I feel like nobody really understood how much I would mean to a program and the type of player that was honestly going to get from me. So I felt like I just wasn't being respected as such or looked at as such as I was here at Southern Illinois.
When you factor all of those things in, DJ, one of the factors that you did bring up was, man, there were opportunities to make more money than you probably ever had.
Yeah.
How much impact was money on your decision, and how much did you really go through of, man, it just doesn't really matter to you. Like I've been able to get to know you really well, so I know how you're wired. But to those that don't, kind of walk them through that process of, even when things came to you, you're like, wow, this is more than I could ever imagine. Why maybe that necessarily wasn't the part that moved the needle.
The money just didn't move the needle because of how I was raised, man. I don't come from a family with a crazy amount of money, so I've been living like this my whole life, and I really go off loyalty, man, and the way that people show you they cherish you and stuff like that. I go off how people honestly believe in you and the type of person and relationship I feel like we can build, and just off the trust that you have in me. So the money was. I mean, great. I mean, it was crazy to even see some of the offers that were being thrown around. But at the end of the day, my real goal and the biggest goal I have is to make it to the NFL. And if I feel like you didn't, if that program can throw a lot of money at me, but it didn't benefit me the most for my future and benefit me the most at getting me better for the next level, it just wasn't something that really stuck out to me that much. I really wanted to make sure I was making the best decision for my family and the best decision for me to ultimately be happy at the end of the day, but ultimately continue to go after this goal of making it to the NFL one day.
DJ, it's, even though it's still somewhat of a new era of college football that we are in, you are so well connected. And what I'm really referring to is you have a lot of friends
Yeah,
who have been in a position like you have been. Not necessarily that you need to name names here, but like, who were some of your friends, people that you trust that aren't SIU affiliated,
yeah.
of making sure you're getting all the different perspectives, some that are good, bad, and different. How important was that to you to reach out to those who have been in your shoes, even though this is somewhat of a new era? You know, a lot of people who have been in
Yeah.
this position.
Yeah, I've been blessed to have friends that have been to these big programs and have seen the ins and outs of it. Man, my best friend DeMarco Minor, Polo as we call him, plays at Pitt. He just got done going through this process, leaving Oregon State, and we I leaned on him a lot, man. He honestly told me like, you got to do what's best for you and what you feel is best for your career and what you feel like is your heart is telling you to do. Me and him had a conversation about it just a couple days ago when I officially said I was coming back. Just filling everything out and everything that I told him. He said, "Man, you already know what you want to do, man. Just make it official." He told me like everything. I laid everything out to him and told him like, here it is. Like this, the offers I'm getting. This, the pros and the cons of this situation. I did the same thing with my best friend, Cassius Kearns. Those are my two best friends. Grew up with them since I don't know how long, man. We've known each other that long, and we've been a part of each other's lives. So he went through that process last year of getting an extra year eligibility, having a great year at Charleston State, and having schools reach out to him. So we both just continued to talk to each other and prayed about things. Just kept praying with one another, and ultimately they just told me like, man, you know what you want to do. You want to stay there. Everything looks to be in the best for your future, staying in Southern Illinois and staying with a coach that believes in you. So that was really the two people I really talked to a lot, like day in and day out throughout this whole process. And then I have my high school coach, Dontrell Jackson, as always, sitting in on these meetings with me, talking to these other programs. And he believes in Coach Hill just as much as I do. So we figured that it would be the best for me to stay.
I think there's so much credit in terms of the maturity level and everything, DJ, of you yourself, and no doubt falling back on your family. But I want to dive into that aspect you just brought up, and you were talking about being very transparent with Coach Hill. Transparency is a two-way street.
Yeah,
It's not a one-way street, and that's vice versa from you and your word to obviously Coach Hill and his word. Uh, I get to know him because I see him here within the offices. Our fans have been able to get to know him because he played here and has been a coach here now for so long. But you've met with so many different coaches and you've been around the block, DJ. Like, can you put more in the words of, one, Coach Hill's word and what that means, but two, of, man, the reason, how much of a factor it played with you knowing how transparent he was with you? How much of a factor that plays in you coming back?
Yeah, like I said, man, I'm truly blessed to play for a coach like Coach Hill, man. Ever since I met him, he's been totally honest with me. Never promised me anything when I came here, and that was the biggest thing. But he promised me one thing, that he was going to always be honest. He promised me that he was always going to make sure that he was trying to develop me into a better player and a better man. So at the end of the day, I had a lot of transparency with Coach Hill, man. We talked from, like I said, the week after the last game, and we've been talking since. Every coach that has talked to me and every program that has contacted me, Coach Hill has known about every last one of those schools. And I didn't keep anything from him, just like I didn't want him to keep anything from me. We both know I'm taking a huge pay cut, probably staying at Southern Illinois, but he made sure that it all made sense, man. That everything that he put out in front of me, everything that he has set out for me, the plans we have to just continue to get me better, continue to strive and be and excel at this quarterback thing, and continue to go after my dreams in the future. He set out a plan for me, man. And at the end of the day, the money right now doesn't compare to the money that he feels like I can make in the NFL, and he has a great plan for me to get there. So I just trusted in him with everything, man. I told the pigskin at the end of the season, like, if Coach Hill tells me to leave, I'm gonna leave. If he tells me to stay and he feels like that's the best decision for me, I'm gonna stay. And that's literally what it came down to, man. We set everything out on the table. I let him know everything that I had, and he said, eventually you're gonna have to make a decision and say that this is what you want to do and this is what you don't want to do. But he said he feels like the best thing for me is to stay. And at the end of the day, I trust Coach Hill with all my heart, man. So if he felt like the best decision was for me to stay here and continue to get better and get developed, get healthy, and be ready to go for next year and put on another great season and great performance every game. That's what I'm gonna do, man. And that's how I eventually came to this decision of staying, because Coach Hill told me to stay.
Let's transition in from the decision now to the football side of it, DJ, which that's the part you really want to talk about more than anything. And as you have said, Coach Hill has laid out a map for you of making it to the NFL, of being a professional. That is your goal. That's what you have your forward vision looking at. After a year where you've had outstanding year and so many numbers, I can go through them all, but it would take up way too much time. What's an area, DJ, that you're focusing on this offseason to help make that progression even more of one that can be realistic for you, of talking with Coach Hill in what are areas where you need to grow this offseason that are clear and going to be ones that you're going to start attacking right now before you get in the spring ball?
Yeah, the main thing is getting healthy, getting fully healthy. I haven't been fully healthy, as you know, Luke, because you see us every day. I haven't been fully healthy since week 4 at SEMO, and I feel like I was the best player in the country then, and I still feel like I'm the best player in the country now. So it's just about getting healthy right now, continuing to add on to the skills that you were talking about, honing in on those skills. And those skills are just continuing to be consistent at everything. Throws, under duress, in a pocket, being smarter, just continue to just build on everything that I've been building on the last couple of years. I've seen an improvement, so just continue to break down on the film from this past year. Now me and Coach Hill talked about it. We got a whole year of film, not just 3 games to look at my development, where we can get better and what we need to focus on for this season and for my future. At the end of the day, Coach Hill has laid out a plan, like I said, to make sure that I'm the best player in the country once the first game comes against Sanford. So at the end of the day, that's what we're going to get into. We're going to get into the film room, see what I lack this year, and it's going to be real, honest conversations with one another. And that's what I want. Coach Hill has been nothing but honest with me, no matter the good, bad, or the ugly. He's going to tell me how it is, and that's what I need. I need somebody that's ready to develop me. And with Coach Hill playing the position, and when I mean he stays in that office all day watching different quarterbacks that he feel like I can take things from and make it great of my own. We watch a lot of people in the NFL that have similar body frames and things like that, so I can be prepared to do those type of things when the season comes.
I'm sure it's a variety of guys, DJ, but what's a guy that you watch a lot and you
A,
try to mimic?
a guy that he has me watch a lot last year was definitely Jalen Hurts. We watch a lot of Joe Burrow. He's a big Cincinnati guy, so he definitely has us watching a lot of Joe Burrow. We watched a lot of Jared Goff when Coach Rowland was here. We also watched Jaden Daniels a lot. So players like that we watch. Uh, I couldn't even tell you how many times last off season. But we also watched college quarterbacks that played great college football the year before, like Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, players of that nature. We watched all those guys, but that's why I feel like this is the best place for me, man. We literally have a great plan for my future, and we're ready to attack this thing however it sees fit.
DJ, not to backtrack a little bit, but you brought up in one of your answers of, man, how much you had to fight through this past year. And
Yeah,
it's always a challenge for me because when I see you guys every day and get to know you, I pretty much already know the answer to what I'm going to ask you. But to our fans, like I remember, man, ask the question so they can hear the response from
yeah.
you. And that is, did you ever have a thought this past year at all of maybe I need to turn it off and rest to get through these injuries and become healthier from a standpoint for you versus doing what you did, which was putting up tremendous numbers, but gritting through just a plethora of things that you were fighting through? Like, put our fans in that spot for you of, was that even coming across your mind at all?
It really didn't come across my mind because I kept playing through the SEMO game. And I told Mike, if I can walk and I can run, I can play. So at the end of the day, whatever Mike was going to tell me, he could have told me anything. But main questions I ask Mike every time we break down an injury or we break down what's hurting me or something like that, I just ask him, can I play? Am I going to be able to play by Saturday? And he said, yeah, you're going to be able to play by Saturday. So I'm playing. If I get to play, I'm a player, man. I've missed so many games in my career because of injuries that are out of my control and things of that nature. But if God blesses me with the ability to play the game that I love to play, I'm gonna play every chance I get to. I get. And when those teammates they look for me to come out there and be a certain type of player week in and week out. I'm doing it for them, man. At the end of the day, we try to win. I do it for the fans that continue to come out and support and spend their money to buy tickets. I'm doing it for them, man. I want to put on a show every time I step on the field. I want to go out there and win with my teammates and have that joy of winning after a game with my teammates.
I know that's ultimately what it comes down to, DJ, and how much it has stuck with you, really. And you see the run Illinois State goes on here in the postseason. And as we record this, they'll play in the national title game later on tonight. Of course, that was your last game of the regular season. You guys beat them by 30.
Yeah,
And it really shows to everybody throughout the league and not just throughout the league, but throughout the country, it's just getting into the postseason. If you can find a way to get in wherever you go, if it's got to be on the road, if it's got to be at home, the Missouri Valley gets you ready for postseason runs, which is what leads to my question to you of how much does it fuel you of all the accolades that you have? And they're all deserving. And you're going to leave here at SIU, one of the most decorated quarterbacks to play here. But how much do you look at, DJ, of zero playoff games during your time here, and how much that really is what's resonating with you right now as you get into spring ball?
man. I just had chills going through my body just hearing you say that, man. It's something that I attack every day, man. It's something that this team is going to attack every day. Definitely with the leadership that we have and the players that's coming back. That hurts. That fuels the fire, man. We've been right there. We've been so close. I feel like this year we would have made it to the national championship if you put us again. It all matters about the matchup and things of that nature, about who you fit well with and the day you play them, man. But we didn't get in, and at the end of the day, you're going to be looked at about wins and losses, man. At the end of the day, and everybody's going to look at you that way. And I can't be this Saluki great without having a playoff run. And I feel like this year is the time, if any, we can go make it happen. I feel like this past year was the time to go make it happen. We had a couple bumps and bruises throughout the year and ended up falling a little bit short of that goal. But I feel like this team, this coaching staff is ready to go on a run. The players that we're recruiting and the players that's already here are going to be very hungry to put a great product on the field week in and week out. And then accolades wise, I didn't accomplish anything I wanted to, man. If we're gonna be totally honest, I didn't accomplish anything that was on my goals or anything that I wrote down at the beginning of the season. I honestly didn't accomplish it. I really think that everything is in front of this team is in front of me as well. The Walter Payton, I feel like I should have won that before the season started. Didn't win that, so that's another goal I'll be going after again. I didn't go first team All American. Want to do that? There's a lot of things still out there for me, and I'm gonna continue to work for those goals and continue to work for this team. I want to win an NBC championship, and I want to win a national championship. And as I see, all those things are possible, man. There's nobody that can stop us but us, and that's what I'm really coming back for, man. I'm coming back for one last run and trying to make it the best one ever.
When you think of what this team could be, DJ, you know there's going to be continuing pieces that are being added right now during this period, and ultimately you guys will start this building process in the spring. But from the guys you've been able to talk to, communicate with, what has you really uplifted? Because I mean, yes, you love Coach Hill, you love the program. I'm sure part of this is you love the direction it's going in as well. So
Yeah.
what has you really fired up about? I know we can't talk about specific guys who haven't signed, but just in generalities of man, the options that this team has have to really add to it as we head in here to this next season.
Yeah, I mean, we lost a lot of great pieces, but again, there's a lot of great pieces that's out there in this transfer portal. With college football being the way it is today, people are being able to seek better opportunities for themselves. The reason I'm here at Southern Illinois because I had a better opportunity to come over here and play the game that I love, man. And honestly, I feel like we got a lot of guys that we've been talking to in the portal that's very hungry, and the way that they're sounding over the phone just sounds like how I was coming out of the portal. Just finding a place that believes in them so they can give this place their all, man. A lot of talented players that I've been watching on film and that the coaches have been sending to me that they've been working nonstop. Coach Grant texted me at 2 in the morning almost about recruits that we're going after. So I mean, those guys that we're going to bring in are going to be guys that fit this team, fit this mold, fit what we're putting together here. Hungry guys that's ready to go prove themselves, and they're also going to be very talented. We're going to have some talented guys around me in this program. So I just can't wait to get to work with them, get to know them on and off the field, so we can put this thing together.
DJ, what's the schedule like for you here? Just over the next week or so before you get back to Carbondale.
Just spending a lot of time with my family. We got my great grandfather just passed away, 106, a couple of days ago. So it's been a blessing. I'm not gonna cry at all, man, because
Yeah.
106 is just amazing to me. So I'll be spending some time with my family this last week here in Chicago. Um, Going to the funeral Saturday, then I'll head back and get right to work. Come Sunday when the team meeting comes, meet my new teammates, talk with the old teammates again about what's ahead, man. What's the goal that we have and what we trying to get accomplished? Because everything starts as soon as we get back. The work starts. Everybody doesn't see this work that we're about to put in, but this is probably the hardest part of the season right here. Going through the off season, not touching the football, and just continue to grow as a team on and off the field is where we're going to win. In the fall is right now. We're going to win in the fall right now. Continue to build on to the relationships that we have, and then continue to build on the skills that we already have.
DJ, I know I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more times too. We're beyond thrilled from the on-field stuff to, of course, have you back, but it's being able to see you in the hallway, how you are outside the locker room, practice field, etc. That's what's so great about having you back and to be a part of this program is the impact you have on just so many more people than just myself and others. Man, you have an impact in so many ways, and that's what's so awesome about having you back. And also the best part, they haven't seen the best of DJ Williams yet, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This year, God willing, gonna stay completely healthy, and you'll see a lot of big time performances out of me and this team this year with a lot of wins and uh, go dogs, man. We got a lot of things in store coming for this 2026 season, and I'm just very excited to be back.
DJ, really appreciate the time for letting our fans really in on your process and to hear from you. And man, can't wait to see you when you're back here in Carbondale, brother. We appreciate the time.
I appreciate you, Luke. Thank you.